Yo, what is going on, everybody? Hope we are well. Today we have a replay from Reborn Phoenix and his teammate, which is Crypticon. This is Serb in the Discord. So what's up, Serb? Very active in the Discord. Do appreciate it. I know you've been doing some of the belt system as well. So let's get into this replay. See if we can find anything to help you guys as a team. This is pretty recent, this replay, from I believe it's from December. That's a good start. It's a good goal. I mean, let's just literally break down this kickoff for 1 second. So good kickoff. Really, really nice kickoff. Well played. One thing I would say from Crypticon here is, one, you don't want to necessarily fade too wide here. Well, you know, one of the biggest things I see in the game is people go to where the ball is and they move with the ball as if it's going to do them a favor. It's hard to get out of that habit because obviously so many people just practice in free play, so you're always following the ball. What you need to do is you need to find your cutoff points. So for example, in this situation, what you want to be calculating is where's the ball going. Okay, that's actually not the greatest color. So the ball's going this way. So what you don't necessarily want to do is follow it this way. Although we can score it, we'd be better off doing it this way and meeting it here and getting a harder shot, a better shot. But the other reason I want to just quickly look at this, because I could be wrong, but it looks like you wouldn't have had a recovery. Yeah, not bad at all. You know, all I would say is when you're scoring these point blankers, these point blank ranges, there's a couple of things you can do. You could have boosted earlier, turned your car, thought about the recovery. What I would say, if you ever do end up on a wall like this, instantly jump. Instantly jump. You can jump, lean back and empty jump, or you can half flip off. But you need to jump, because what happens, a lot of people, you get stuck on a surface. So if you're ever clearing the ball, this happens to a lot of people, I know, that's why I'm bringing this up. Say you clear the ball, right, and you just end up stuck to this like a gecko or something, right? What you want to do is you want to jump. Let's say you've cleared the ball down there, so you jump up, you hit the ball, hold drift, and side flip to the right, and you'll just fly across here and you're down, and make an imperfect side flip on the back end, and then you're down, and you got a really nice recovery there. So I just thought I'd bring that up. Okay, let's have a look at this. Looks like it could be a kickoff goal. It is a kickoff, but not much you can do about that. If you miss a kickoff, it's over. I mean, yep, it's a miss. It's obviously a misinput. You guys are champ 2, guys. By the way, these guys are champ 2. So at champ 2, actually C3, I believe, at the peak, you know how to do a kickoff. Okay, you're going to go for a fake here. Right, so let me tell you what I think most people are doing wrong in this fake. It's a great fake, by the way. You pulled them hook, line, and sinker. What I don't agree with is the outlet pass. And I'm going to tell you why. Well, here's the reason. Because you're passing it to an extremely high target. This is why I prefer ground passing. But you're passing it to a high target, which means Crypticon's now got to go up the wall. The point I'm trying to make is time. Ready? We imagine it from this play. Look how they're in your corner. Look how far back they are. And they still could have got back in time. So when you're in this situation, you've done a good fake here. What you really want to calculate is, one, do I actually even need the pass? So in this situation here, do you need the pass? Could you have just jabbed it to the side really softly and just drove here and boom, now you got a 2v1. Crypticon goes straight for the demo. Or they can do it in a way that they're filtering the lane. So now you've spread the lane, you've spread the floor, you've got a 2v1 here, you've got one player blocking your path. Crypticon turns up here once you take control of it, you're here. If this player stays in net, Crypticon can go and demo them. If they come out to attack you, you can just shoot it across here and Crypticon can put it in, clear this off. If they try to get into the passing lane here, so you can't get it across to Crypticon, no problem, you just shoot it on net. You've offered a really dangerous system, and this is the whole point of 2v1s, and this is the whole reason why all you have to do to win in 2s, all you have to do is create 2v1s and not get into 2v1s. And if you do that, you've won. Up until IGC2, even in today's game, let's not get confused with this. Even in today's game, maybe even GC3 actually, in today's game where it's harder, it's still, if you can stop 2v1s and you can create 2v1s, you've won. Because that level of clinicality, that level of refined killing, that refined finishing isn't there yet. So what I mean here, we take this pass, it's just a big time. Now, this also, not only does this take time, this is a hard shot to hit. Look at that. See? So it's a hard shot to hit. So why have we done this great idea? We've come up with this great idea for a fake. We've executed the fake perfectly on the player. But then we've made it harder for ourselves. If you've done the hard part, which is getting the fake, if you've got the advantages, keep stacking the advantages. Don't starts just subtracting from it, which is what I feel we're doing here. Okay, so we've gone back here. Let's have a look. Was the mid boost not there? The mid boost may not have been there. I wouldn't go this far back though. This seems like a bit of what you want to be doing is always paying attention to what's actually going on. So right here, you guys have got them. Okay, you've gone for a fake. That's a bad hit from them. You've just seen that's a bad hit. So you don't want to be rotating here on a bad hit. I would come here, grab, keep looking. Look, they've done a bad hit. Maybe come here, grab. Maybe come here, grab. You've now got 40 boost, you know. Just in case. You know, maybe there was an opportunity there. Maybe. I wouldn't have took it myself. But if they missed it or Sheldon wasn't ready, you could at least get to that shot. What usually happens here, and again, I haven't seen this, so I'm just assuming, you're going to come all the way in, right? So I'm going to make a prediction. This could backfire, but human nature suggests that when you go out, you come in fast, and that's not a problem. Like, this still is good, but because you've done that now, you've changed it. For some reason, it does something. It's almost like we're coded. And, you know, if that, then this kind of thing. So if you've backed off, and then you come in, then when you get a ball like this, you will hit it. When you shouldn't. But if you were close to begin with, you'd probably let it roll. I don't know why people do this, but there you go. I knew you were going to do that. So why did you hit this is the question I ask you. And in what game, in what sport, would you ever tap the ball back to the opponent whilst you run away from it? Because that's essentially what we're doing in Rocket League. So when this ball gets cleared, right, first thing, anytime you want to calculate, right, if it's a hard hit, especially if it's a hard hit. Why if it's a hard hit? Well, if it's a hard hit, it means the ball's going to travel faster than the player. It's going to arrive at its end location faster than the player. Because obviously we've got limited map space. Obviously over time the ball would slow down and the player can keep going fast. But for now we've got limited map space. So you know that ball is going to the corner. That's the first thing you say. Is it going to the corner? Yes, don't touch it. Don't touch it. The amount of times players touch the ball on the way to the corner and mess themselves up. If you let that roll up the corner, what you want to do, leave that. Just leave it, grab, let it roll up, come up here and you've got the trap. If they challenge it here, you can probably take the 50 and it'll go to the net. If they don't, you've got the ball and you've got map space. You can then decide what to do. Do we cross it over? Do we just attack linear? Do we just wait for 50? We need to get to those things. I mean, this is my argument for a lot of the game is people don't even get to those spots. Most people don't even know what they're good at. Yes, most Rocket League players, most Grand Champs, most Champ 2s, Champ 3s, which is what this is. What are you good at? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Well, I just dive on things and hope it works. So you don't actually know what you're good at? Not really. So why? Why don't people have a set system? I know, personally, if I get this ball here and I get a bit of space for a lateral dribble, I'm very confident that I'm going to scoop that up and get a high flick towards the backboard. That's a very high percentage play for me because I've tested it. I've tested all different ones. So I get to a location and I go, right, let's try this sequence. This is my high percentage sequence. Well, okay, they keep jumping on the flick. Okay, let's do a low 50. They're not chasing. Okay, well, let's just do a hook shot then. If they're not pulling over. Do you see what I'm saying? But at least have the intel. And most players don't play this game and gain anything out of it because they're not going for intel. So this is something I would say with this. You've hit the ball back to him. Now you're going to have to defend. And so you're now reliant on their overcommit, which is fine, you know, we'll overcommit. And there's a never overcommit. Never turn towards the ball, by the way, here. Always follow the path of the ball here. And a lot of this is to do with the rules of defense. I think you were at the defensive seminar. So remember, when we're defending, we're defending. Right now, I'm thinking defense. I'm not thinking, can I turn into this and get on off? No, I'm not interested in that. I'm keeping moving. So I'm watching the ball, but my car's facing this way. And I'm keeping moving, right? I keep him moving. And I come down here, and my teammate can either call it, and boom, we got that play because it's the last possible moment. Or I can just jump off, side flip it across here as I land here, boom, and then I'm off. If you've got mechanics, you're having a great time. So just be careful of that. Don't, first of all, never hit the ball away when it's coming to where you want it to go, which is to your corner. Your corner's the safest spot. Not a bad 50. Just always be aware, you know, just be cautious. Get good vision here. But I do like this play. I do like the fact that you followed out. I would say just grab the level 3 boost here. And by the way, if you don't know, I class all the opponent's big boosts as level 3, or middle as level 2, and as level... Yeah, grab the level 3 there. You might as well, because it stops them having the ability to get it. Crypticon, let's see. Could you... Now, you know, when you're playing 2s... Oh, hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on here? straight away into the middle. Get into the middle. Get into the middle. Get into the middle. This is exactly what we talked about at the beginning. You actually hesitate. I want you to notice this hesitation here. Ready? Watch this. You just put your brakes on that 50. This is where you need to be really paying attention to the game. This 50 is 80% going to the right. 80%. Even if it's lost, it's still going to hit the left wall and bounce towards the middle. So, again, we're playing a game that we're catching the ball up. We want the ball to work with us. We're going to work with it. That ain't going to happen. The ball isn't your friend. The ball is just an object. So you need to come against it, smack it in, you know. That's what you want to be thinking. Otherwise, you're just going to go around in circles. But this is fine. Now, I would just always look at the fundamentals of Rocket League. Don't dive in to the corners. Number one rule in twos. The number one rule in 2v2. Do not dive into the corner. If you've got vision, if you're world class, if you understand the game, if you understand 50s, you can bend and break the rules. If you're not high grand champ, don't even bother, because it just doesn't work. So right here, you've ended up hitting that ball away from yourself. Now you've ended up sort of spinning around the wall. This is why we don't do it, because it's hard to land on the surface. You know, you can do it with a single jump, sure, but now we get the level 3. Okay, fair enough. Oh, no. Rule number 2. Rule number 2 in Rocket League 2v2. We know rule number 1, don't dive in to the corner. Either player, first or second. What's rule number 2? Never dive in as last man. Why? Because we are now not a team. We are 2 individuals trying to make it work, and that won't work. All right, let's break this down a little bit more, because I don't think people realize the gravitas of this situation. When you look at this situation, right? Okay. You got a teammate here, and you're going to go for a 50 here, which again is going to be a very similar situation where you end up stuck to the ball and the ball bounces away. So that's just going to be a pass. First of all, that's a pass. Second of all, with this ball, okay, if you don't win it, one, you've dove in and they hit it first. Now it's an open net. If you do sort of get a good 50 and it pings into the middle, but you're now flying over here as your teammate comes back, he's now in a 2v1. And repeat. So we're always ended up in a 2v1, which is the rule. Remember, the fundamental goal of twos is never to end up in a 2v1. Let's see what happens. But yeah, just don't dive in. Just never dive in as last man. There you go, look at that. Stuck to the wall. So we have no function. We're on a wall, which means we're high, which means the recovery time is extremely high. We've got 10 boost, which means we're going to be slow to recover. We're stuck, and we've just teed the ball up. And if this is a good player right now, if this was a high level player, as soon as you hit that, they're probably going to speed flip right over here. They're going to have more momentum. They're going to double jump straight up here, bang, and they're just going to tap it off the backboard, get a double touch. That's the reality of the situation. And a lot of players don't realize how clinical higher level players are, how quickly they can score. So they get into a habit of doing things that are fundamental rules. Again, if you've got the ability to see things well, you can. This is too much. Because what's happened here, you've told me what you're going to do 20 seconds before you've done it. Look at this. You've told him. He's not even looking. But you've told everyone what you're doing. And also, keep in mind, you can't, I don't know if you can fly supersonic, right? But I know I can drive supersonic, get to supersonic, which means I can save boost. And I'm flying down here, flying under this board. And I'm in car cam. So I can see this player. I'm using this on the floor. And then as he gets close, I see him back off. So I stay close. And I come here, and I power slide cut, and I just tap it in. Never sell your hand. Remember, presence. Get there first, then decide. Get close to it. Does not mean you have to dive in. The biggest mistake players make is they dive into everything. You can win Rocket League without ever having a challenge. If you just get close and use your presence. I've proved it several times. Okay, even in GC2, you don't need to. So that's what you need to work on, is getting close before you make your decision. Okay, good follow from Crypticon. I mean, he wins the 50. Again, it is a risk, but he wins it. I mean, he is first versus last, so that makes sense. And I like the way that you're following in the middle, so well played here. Oh, no. I like the way you're following here. Okay, so it was good that you're following in the middle here, sir. Okay, but what you got to think about is, well, why am I following the middle? Remember, where's that ball going? Do I want to move with the ball, or do I want to be in the gap where the ball's going so I can get there before anyone else? If you were a risk taker, Oh, look at that. There's a goal. You know what I mean? I haven't seen this replay. I have not seen this replay. But this is how confident I am that positioning in Rocket League right now in the meta is completely incorrect. Because I seem to, every replay I jump into, I do these positional changes and I'm scoring 10 goals from positions. And if you got two people doing the same system and they follow it, and I mean follow it to the letter. If I say don't dive in as last man, don't dive in as last man. If I say don't challenge the ball and defend to your corner first, funnel people into your corner and then get on attack, that's exactly what I mean. I'm trying to make this very clear so the lines don't get blurred at all. If you follow it to the letter, I promise you, you can't lose. But you've got to follow it to the letter, not take rubbish shots from corners, which are passes. We're jabbing the ball. Do the fundamentals. You can't lose. Trust me. This is good though. At least you're following it back. Okay, this is exactly what happened earlier. What did I say? Where's that ball safe? What are you on? You're now on defense because you've pushed up so far. Which is a myth. You don't listen to players when they tell you to do that. I just proved it because I would have scored in that situation, okay? In this situation, you've got to now think, right, I'm on defense now. The ball's coming at me. How can I get this ball safely to my corner? And the truth of the matter is, this is where advanced defensive strategies come in. You've got to slow down because that ball is going slower than you, but it's going in the right direction. So slow down. This is what I would do. I slow down, and then I just come here and I'd smack it. And I go bunk, and I'd smack that to the corner, and I grab that boost, and boom, we're back in this position. This is the position of starting for me. Above the ball, in the corner, and I see everything. That's my trap. That's my defensive situation. What you've done here, again, is you've tried to get on offense again. So you've touched the ball, and that's exactly what we said earlier. What game or what sport would you ever just tap the ball to the opponent and drive off? Okay, you drive towards it this time. Good presence. Look at this. Ah, close. Close. And what I mean close is because you ended up, you lost your discipline, you dove. But right here, this is good. Look at the difference. You're close. Look at that. Brilliant. Don't dive in here. All you've got to do, never dive into this. God, this is probably one of my big pet peeves. Don't dive into this stuff. Just all you got to do is this crazy thing. You just power slide and you start using your mobility because you're first man. You drive. And then you're driving this way. You just come up. This guy doesn't even need to leave the net. And you just defend this into the corner. Whilst your teammate waits here. They're just going to wait here. And then this ball gets defended. And even if they miss, boom, look at this. Wham, that's a goal. I've scored. If I use the pacifist system. So, because you've gone in, you've gone forward. You only get one shot at challenging. When you're flipping and challenging where the ball's going, you can reload your challenges. You can challenge 6 times on the way back to net. You can constantly reload your challenges in a safe manner. But everyone goes forward. It doesn't work. And then... So don't dive in. I always just put it as just a rule in general, but another rule: don't dive in as last man. We're last man. Don't dive in as last man. It doesn't work. All right, so you can see again, just fundamentals. People go, "Well, I want to get a goal. You would have got a goal. If you just save it, then you start your offense. People are trying to intercept the offense because they're scared of defending, but they're also hoping off the back of that they can get goals for free. It doesn't work like that. You've got to do it, guys, in a structured manner. Okay, well, that's actually good because you've read that the ball is going that side, so you didn't need to switch into the middle based on your teammate leaving it. Again, though, don't dive into the corner. Luckily, they missed. This is good. I mean, to be fair, you found the gap. I'll give you that. Yep, good. Well done for leaving that and not trying to be over the top here. Bit risky here, this is. My big question is, what are you trying to gain? First of all, this is a good position to start with. Well played. This is a good position. Now, my question to you here is, why are we hitting this? Is it to stop them getting onto offense? Or are you trying to score? Because if you're trying to score, this is such a low percentage shot. If you really wanted to hit that to prevent them hitting it, you could have probably just tapped it very gently to the side and followed, see sort of where you've landed. You can now do something. But again, we've given that ball away, baby. Don't dive into the corners. That's better because you're single jumping. You keep your momentum. Don't dive in as last man. You know what? You got lucky here. I think this is going straight in. You got lucky because look how inside to outside. Dark grey belt. Okay, go check that video out from 3 years ago. If the outside man takes a 50 versus the inside man, if you did want to be aggressive, the inside man has the advantage because it can pinch straight to net. So when you're on offense as well, you can't just be fully in on offense. Like, if you ever get into this situation and you see them challenging, you have to back off. Unfortunately, and you probably say, but hold on, Dave, you said you defend on defense, and not everyone's going to follow my rules. And the thing is with this, right, if you've left a gap, Rocket League's about gaps, man. So you've left a gap here, which allows them to challenge. So what we would deduct from that is, if we're Bastom, is that, look at this. This is, okay, fair enough, it was a 50. But we're probably trying to get out too much. Too much head-on challenging. Oh, well, this is my number one. I mean, everyone knows this from the free series. This drives me crackers. Don't hit these balls into walls like this. You could actually leave that. Bang, hard, stuck to the wall. Have you noticed this, by the way? This is a bit of a trend that we keep hitting the ball, everyone does, sticking themselves to the wall while the ball bounces into the middle. So why do we do it? If you know something, knowing is not enough. You must apply. What you got to do in Rocket League, you got to know everything. You got to figure this out. You got to understand the basics of it, the fundamentals, and then you have to say, well, how can I be beyond that? How can I play a different rhythm? How can I go to where the ball's going? Okay. Once you get to that level, that's when the game, honestly, when people have it, it's like a crazy thing. You go, oh my God, the game looks so different now. People I've had in the passive system, they mess me with it. They say, I cannot play the other way now because it makes no sense. And that's the truth. When you understand more of this game and you really start seeing this puzzle and start talking about the different timelines, see a different game. Brilliant finish, nicely done. And yeah, good presence there as the first man. Nice kickoffs. Your kickoffs are fantastic. Well played. Nice follow. Good hit as well. That's it. Loop round. Grab that boost here. So loop round here. Boom. Okay, you got a 2v1. You know this guy's last man. Look at him doing his pirouette. Waste of time. Straight after this boost now because he's airborne. The whole point of playing high offense, which is what you should do, you should always try and get high offense. Put the ball high, is to get him off the ground. Because remember what I said earlier, you can't go supersonic in the air. We can on the ground. I'm supersonic now. I'm flying supersonic. Boom, I've just grabbed your boost. Now, I don't know how much boost he had. Okay, he got the ever 100. But still, he would have had 44. Would have nicked his boost. And I'd be ahead of him. So I don't have to now rely on my teammate diving into the corner. To be fair, that wasn't a bad take. You could definitely put that on target. It wasn't like you're diving in to get possession again. They've left a heavy gap. Yeah, not a bad idea. As long as you chase him down now. Chase him down. Okay, I'd kind of like this, but I want you to be a little bit more aggressive on the front end here, Crypticon. So you've took that challenge. You didn't have to. You could let it bounce off the backboard and move forward with it. So use one thing you always want to look for. If they're going to double touch this, or see if he hits this again, which he might, you could let him just take that and just then he's deeper. But I don't blame you for taking this. The only thing is you don't have the control. So when you hit this ball away, go. Get after him. It's supersonic. Make him make a mistake. I'm right here now. Right here. Literally, I'm right here as first man. And he's panicking. Because I want to know, is he going to play it for this boost or is he going to play it for that boost? If he goes that boost, I'll get it, you know. So I'm here, come in here. And now he's done exactly what I want him to do, which is do a pointless move. This is exactly what Rocket League is. He's done a pointless move. I'm going to come behind him. I'm not going to challenge this. And I'm going to put it into the corner. I'm going to grab this boost and guess where I'm back at my starting position? Because he's got 0 boost. And I know he's got 0 boost because I've just watched him do a half a map air dribble. The only reason these things work... Oh, this is your goal. Oh, wow. So there you go. People would go, oh my God, dude, I played this Smurf the other day. What do you mean? He scored an air dribble, man. And wow, what an air dribble. Yeah, dude, he did this full map air dribble. Did he really? Or did we just give him a free goal because we're not defending properly? I have never in my life witnessed in Diamond, witnessed in Champ 2, anyone who's any good in the air. And I've said that for years, and it's still true to this day. I've never seen these flip reset gods. Or these extremely fast double touch players. It's all a bit elementary. The reason it works, the reason people think they're playing these Smurfs is because they're just challenging this. You know, never challenge these balls. Remember, the question is here, are we on defense or offense? Well, we're on defense right now. He's got the ball. Well, then let's funnel him to the corner. We've got one player here turning and challenging. We've got another player who's second man. What's second man's duty? Always defending goal side. We're not goal side here. Yeah, you can grab that boost, sure. Grab that boost straight there and sling yourself into this position. You got to be goal side. You got to be here. You have to be. You should be in the middle. I mean, not that you'd save that because there's the danger of a bad 50. It's better to not take the 50 and force players to create than to give them 3 goals. That's the whole point. The whole point of it. Players are nowhere near as good as you think when you stop challenging them. You'd be surprised. A lot of players can't even hit the ball. Even Grand Champs. I saw a thing on Reddit. How often do Grand Champs miss the ball? All the bloody time. All the time GC2s miss the ball. All the time. They miss the ball if you don't give them a wall. How many times have you reached for a ball hoping that the player hits the ball so you get a volatile 50? If they just drove off, you are screwed. And that's essentially what's happening over and over again. Because we've learned that. It's a learned thing. Okay, so we're second man. Get in the middle. Nice. Turn. Okay, so what you wanted to do here is as you come into this position, your second man, power slider. I'm facing this one. I'm on boost pad 1. The one before the halfway line. I'm just going to wait. Look at you driving around. I'm going to just sit here, honestly. I promise you I'd just sit here. Don't like this. Why drive off? You were right on that ball, and he's missed the ball. There's a whiff for you. Why has he whiffed the ball? Because what has he got? You know, this is what I'm saying. What has he actually got here? It's difficult, man. It's difficult. Even if he hits that, it's a pass. So you've just been right next to him. You grabbed the mid boost here. Oh, okay. There's no mid boost, I'm guessing. Okay, I think he just spawned. Okay, fair enough. Let's see what you guys do then. Do you rotate? I'm not a big fan of the rotation, but I understand it here. Makes sense. Don't dive in. Don't dive in. Don't dive in here. Don't dive into the corner. Don't dive in. All you got to do is just turn away here, power slide. So I'm looking at the ball, but I'm facing my own net right now. Let him hit that. And I'm moving slowly but short. And again, you should be goal slide in the middle. We want to trap them. A lot of time, people think it's very easy to score a goal in Rocket League if we put pressure on them. But really, it's actually very hard because this pressure is realistically very corner-based. And it's very low on angles. Look at this. What? You know, you're never going to score that. The angle's impossible. You'd have to be Devo to score. Like, let's just imagine this player doesn't even go for it, right? So where's their last touch? So imagine they don't go for it. This is a tough angle to hit from where we started. And we're both up here. Second man. Wait. Hold on. Let's have a look. Your second man. Don't take this. Don't take this. We're not in a good position to play this game. We need to move to here. Don't take that 50. Wait. Start backing up slowly. Boost pad 1. I'm going to start backing up. See, now you've switched again. You're forcing rotations. This is going to make it hard. This is why I don't like rotation. You're going to get a goal here. But when you rotate, you're forced to do exactly what Krypton does here. This is the problem with rotation. So you've rotated. He'll just challenge that. He could have just played to the opposite corner. Boom. That's the giveaway of possession. Thankfully, they aren't thinking. So they just hit the ball as well. They're not thinking outside the box. He doesn't even need to hit this. Fake that. Empty jump down. Boom. Free ball here. Free ball. Grab the ball. Tap it to the side. Grab this. Jab into it. Bang. So what you want to get into the habit of is you don't want to get these goals and think, yeah, that's all right, that is. Because these are goals. These are blunders. That's a brilliant play. I got it. Actually, that's a fantastic play. Wow. Well played. This is really good. Grab the boost. I like this. Use your presence. Good. Not a bad first touch. Great little touch around. The power of that. So keep in mind, we've done all these crazy dives, all these crazy aerials, and that's what we get a goal with. Unbelievable. Well played. A decent 50. You could have shadowed that. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you for taking that. That makes sense. What's going on here? Oh, okay. That is confusing. So you didn't get the boost. Be careful of this because remember, second man, you're now second man, their goal is to protect goal side. Why? Because a higher level player, that's a goal. I'll be faster. You're never getting back. When you see it, you'll be amazed. People can just score at will. They can put something onto the net at will. You need to have something trying to funnel them into low percentage shots. But then you also need someone protecting the goal side, which I think second man would do it. But I mean, a really good first man's also going to do elements of that as well. Nice pass, good jab. Yeah, I can understand you're not following this up. Personally, I would have followed this up, but it probably wouldn't have been the right decision. So you made a good choice there. So this is a good one, right? Because you see this 50. You think this is a great 50. What's the goal of a 50? Well, it depends. I mean, it really depends on what you're trying to achieve. But here, this 50 is a null 50. And what I mean by that is it just gives them the ball back. And again, another null 50. But thankfully, That's a great bump. So these could have gone horribly wrong, but you could have also let them play. But okay, fair enough. You beat them. Fair dues. You beat them on the 50. I'm not a fan of this sort of stuff. Unless, because, like, yeah, actually that one's alright because you took off heavily, very early compared to the player. So that's good. I like that bump as well. And I also like this recovery. This is really good. Well played. Yeah, nice. Oh, shame about the miss. It happens. Get straight back to... Yeah, nice. Good. Take your time. Take your time. This is a great position. Well played. Well played. That's fine. Unfortunately, you lost that position. Unfortunately, you lost it because you probably need to practice it more because you're ahead of the ball now. And that's usually a sign that someone's desperate to get on offense. Let that ball work for you. Let it mature on its own. If you wait here and do nothing, that ball will bounce into the middle for your lateral dribble if you wanted it. Or even better, let it work for you. Boom, we got a bounce. Instant flick. Bam, I'm off. Instant flick. And if you do this right, if you look at Sheldon's position, they're screwed here. So you'd flick over this play, you'd land, the ball's in the air, they jump, and you double jump, kill them, boom, bump it in. I love that play. So just be aware of that. You know, when you're on defense and you're trying to convert to offense, if you haven't got a counter, so if they haven't dove into your corner and created a 2v1, then you need to think about different kind of setup. That's where you let the ball mature for you and let it work for you, and you'll see it a little bit better. Well, good stuff there to stay on that ball. Okay, so you guys have pulled a switch here. This is becoming very sort of standard here. Fake this, please fake this. Nice, well played. Remember, when we're faking, what do we always want to do? What's our main goal of defense? Put them into the corner. So never fake towards the outside wall, because now you've blocked his tack to the corner, so he'll naturally go towards the middle. And that's obviously more dangerous because that's where the net is. So always remember, whenever you're chasing a player down like this, we want to fake. We're power slide now, and I'm here. I'm power slid here. Now I can go straight up here, moving towards the ball and get that block. Or, most likely, the mind game is to put him, he will go to the corner because there's nothing there to resist. So he will like that, which is what we want because it's a hard goal for him, if we play it right. Remember, when you're defending, don't have to flip into things. You didn't even have to touch this. Again, what do you see? What do you see? Let it roll. Boom. Touch the ball here. Boom. Zabada bam wham. You know what I'm saying? Make the ball. Do things with it. Don't just give it back to them and then they give it back to you. And then you give it back to them and then they give it back to you. And that's just standard Rocket League. We're better, you guys are much better than this. I can tell you for a fact. Be careful of pushing up like that. It's a great pass, but you don't really want to push up right in line with your teammate there. You got no boost here, so get out of there. Get out of there. You've got to get out of there. Yeah, nice. Well played. That was really good stuff. I like that you left. Again, I would just say, sir, try to be a little bit more goal side. Not so off to the side. I mean, that's good. You pick it up well, but give yourself more chances because I wouldn't go necessarily for this because it's a low percentage play. I mean, you could make it work, I suppose. But again, Krypton. No, Krypton. Try not to dive into the corner because look, you're stuck again on 0 boost. You've got to go all the way out. That 50 did not pop into the air and they had good defensive positioning, right? The only reason this pops in the air is because they're trying to go up it. What a good defender would do is they would actually come here like that. So when you hit that ball, it's just going to go straight down and it's a 2v1. So just be aware of that. I mean, maybe you took that because you saw that he was under the board, like trying to force it up. So fair enough if you did. But just be aware, it's hard to know because, oh, hold on. Don't dive into this stuff. Don't dive into it. You're diving into the walls a lot. Now we're backing off. Look at the space we've given these guys. And now we've dove in again. You've dove in. Remember I said if that, then this sort of thing? It's exactly that. Because you've backed off, you now have to go into it. You could have faked this. You could have come off the wall. You could have hovered. But because you've done that, you will dive into it. Human nature. From what I've experienced. So just be aware that it's better to stay close, to back off and keep reloading bad 100% challenges. Okay, good job. So, and then another fundamental rule, you guys are going to go, oh God, this guy. I say it because no one does it, I say it because you have to hear it over and over again. Match the height of the ball. Because on this corner here, we need to get up here. Or we need to come here and get up here. But the reason we do that is so I can see this player. And if they challenge this, I'm all right. My presence can be enough sometimes. But because, and I'm not bothered if I hit that away or not. Because if he challenges it, I can always recover. That's the whole point. But what you do is you have no intel and you hit this ball. You can't recover here. You've given them a free pass right to the middle. And a high level player is going to go bang and do something. just be aware, like, people don't realize Rocket League, you have to have a level of patience if you're doing those kind of plays, because high level players will score those instantly. They will collapse you instantly. The offense is too good now. You have to be. So again, we've done this same play again. You guys are actually really good at getting this fake kickoff going. So do we actually hit this to them? Do we do a softer hit instead? Do we single jump into that to dampen the ball more and go straight to net? Because now we've got an open net. Oh, there you go. I didn't know that was going to happen. This is exactly the reason why I'm not a massive fan of this fake kickoff, because you really are reliant on hitting a difficult shot and a difficult pass. Whereas you could just tap that around and go for a single play. One thing I would say to you guys, okay, is fundamentals. So don't dive into corners. Don't dive in as last man. Try to take less 50s and use your presence more to funnel. Funnel players into the corner, then start your offense, and be willing to let the ball mature. And I think if you do that, you'll have a lot of success, because the fact is you're champ too, and I can see a lot of fundamental errors. So if we change those fundamental errors and you really concentrate hard on these fundamental errors, you cannot not improve. But no, wicked. Thank you very much. The 11th day today of 12. Unreal that tomorrow is the last one. I do appreciate it, everybody. Look after yourselves and peace out. Peace, peace.